Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Odinga is going to become the next chair of the African Union Commission. I came to that conclusion today after monitoring the events of the day during the two events that took place in the Republic of Kenya. For those who followed the events today, there were two very important events that took place. There was the Africa Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit, which was attended by several heads of states and presidents, including the current chair of the African Union Commission. The second event was the high-level mediation for South Sudan, which was hosted by William Ruto at State House in Nairobi. Raila Odinga attended the two events, and I came to the conclusion that nothing is going to stop Raila Odinga from becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. First of all, I want to play for you these two clips here. The first clip is when the heads of states were making their way into the venue. I want you guys to observe that video very closely.
Welcome, Your Excellencies. If there are any of us who are seated, please let's all be upstanding. We're going to start with the Kenyan National Anthem, followed by the AU Anthem, the Kenyan Anthem.
The next video is when the heads of states were actually leaving the venue.
The rest of us, kindly let's remain where we are as we allow the excellencies to exit. Then I shall guide you on the procedure from here. So once they have exited, we'll have that door shut. We'll all use the middle door to this side, to your left, which is my right, to exit. We'll need to clean the room, so we...
Is there anything that you observed from those two clips? For me, I observed several things, and that's why I came to the conclusion that Raila Odinga is going to become the next chair of the African Union Commission. So in this video, I want to highlight for you guys a few things that I observed during that particular event. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. The first thing I observed was the seating arrangement. Raila Odinga was seated strategically. In fact, the organizers of the event ensured that Raila Odinga's seat was just next to where the heads of states were. That's why when they were making their way, almost all of them greeted Raila Odinga. And you could clearly tell from their body language, from their facial expressions, how they were happy to meet Raila Odinga. In fact, I don't know the number of heads of states who are present in Nairobi today, but those ones are going to vote for Raila Odinga. It was clear from the way they were happy to see Raila Odinga, their body language, and of course, Most of them are Raila Odinga's peers. So the person who organized the event, I don't know whether it was the government of Kenya or whether it was the African Union Commission, but the truth is the way the seating arrangement was made for Raila Odinga was for him to be able to interact with the various heads of states. So that's the first thing. And because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, just note that that seating arrangement was not just like that. It was intended to achieve what it achieved. The second thing that I observed was the unrestricted access Raila Odinga was offered to the president. You know, we are talking of a situation where several heads of states were in attendance. Who is Raila Odinga? Maybe Mwalimu Wede can answer me on this. Who is Raila Odinga in their eyes? Just somebody, ordinary Kenyan. But how many ordinary Kenyans were able to access seats near where Raila Odinga was? For example, during the high-level mediation for South Sudan, when the heads of states were at State House, Raila Odinga was just seated amongst them. These are the people who will be voting. If some of them had reservations about or against meeting Raila Odinga, they would not have allowed Raila Odinga to sit there. But here, Raila Odinga was. Every other person is the head of state or the deputy or the prime minister. But Raila Odinga, an ordinary Kenyan, seated next to them. A message was being sent. And that message reached its destination. When you look at the way Raila Odinga interacted with the heads of states when they were leaving and even when they were entering, I mean, I know the kind of security measures which are always placed in case heads of states are present. In an ordinary circumstance, they would just come the heads of states alone and leave the heads of states alone. You remember the last time there was that climate conference when Raila Odinga surprised Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was surprised to see Raila Odinga. In fact, Kenyans were asking today, where were Rigathi Gachagua's traps? Kwani leo hazikuwa State House. So that unrestricted access was granted to Raila Odinga. Why do you think it was granted? That message was relayed even to other heads of states. Number 3, it was also clear, because this is also something I know you observed, that Africa presidents love Raila Odinga. And most of them could not hide their love for Raila Odinga, their admiration for Raila Odinga. In fact, I can easily conclude that Raila Odinga is the next chair of the African Union Commission. I don't see, after today's event, anything that is going to stop Raila Amolo Odinga. Let me ask you this question. Assuming Raila Odinga was not contesting to become the next chair of the African Union Commission, do you think he would have interacted with these heads of states the way he has done? Probably he would have been part of the conference, but I'm sure Raila Odinga would not be part of the high-level mediation for South Sudan. That meeting there and Raila Odinga's presence is clearly he's being oriented on some of the things would be expected to oversee. Ama mimi, I saw my own things. But the truth is, the Africa heads of states, I'm talking of those who are present there. When Raila Odinga was leaving, you could see him talking intimately with at least 2 presidents. One of them actually pulled him and was talking, and you could see the happiness amongst them. The 4th thing I observed, maybe you could also let me know the other thing you observed. The 4th thing I observed is that Ruto, the president of the Republic of Kenya, is also very serious with Raila Odinga's bid. There is no way all the security measures would have been put in place without the input of William Ruto. There is no way Raila Odinga would have found his way inside State House room where the heads of states were if William Ruto is not supportive of this bid. In fact, William Ruto has today communicated to the Republic of Kenya that indeed he's serious about Raila Odinga's bid. I mean, unless you have a different interpretation, but for me, the fact that Raila Odinga was, the sitting arrangement was Raila ataka hapa, Raila will sit here. The heads of states will get in through here. Okay? When they'll be leaving, yeah, Ruto will be living with the heads of states, but Raila will also be right inside there. My friend, that's statecraft, if you don't know. That's statecraft. Where was Musalia Mudavadi? Where was even the Minister for Foreign Affairs? Where was even Rigathi Gachagua? Of course, Rigathi Gachagua was in Maimahim, attending the burial of those people who lost their lives, which for me was okay for him, was good for him. But even if Rigathi Gachagua was present, probably he would not have managed to get inside that room where the heads of states were. So it means William Ruto is taking Raila Odinga's bid seriously. And lastly, my conclusion is that Raila Odinga's bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission is unstoppable. After today, it's unstoppable. It's actually unstoppable. I don't know what you think, but for me, those are some of the things I observed, and I know I might not be wrong. I'm actually right. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.